Hey friendos, how's it going? It's the Enforcer here with another jersey unboxing video. And this is one that honestly, I wasn't thinking of picking up just because it looked so much like their current main jersey. But there are a couple things that I didn't like on their main jersey, basically the color of the blue and the whole tie down. I am not a big fan of these exposed ties the way that the Adidas and also the Reeboks had. I understand on CCMs and Cohos where you actually had to tie down to not have your neck, your chest hair show. So I completely understood that, but now these are just basically for show. And also the reason why I dressed up the set back here is that this is my only Islanders jersey. I'm not even talking about do I have an old Tavares when it went on clearance. I don't have anything like that. This is the only one. So I figured it's a team that had the most success in the 80s. This season, we'll see what happens. They're on a hell of a roll. But I wanted to dress up the set with the other champions of the 80s. So that's why you're going to see these other ones here. So there's the Heritage Flames. There's Oilers, this one's got Gretzky on it, and then the other Montreal Canadiens one that I picked up last time I was with you guys. So this one I got from SportsK. SportsK.com. If they're not on your radar, make sure to check them out. Got great prices, $2 shipping if you do USPS, and I believe a UPS is a little bit more, but quick turnaround, quick service. They'll get it out the next day. And sometimes you'll find some jerseys that you don't find on other places. I know they used to have a lot of heritage and vintage jerseys on there. It seems like a lot of people have picked through it. But also, there's still some out there, so give them a look if they're not already on your radar. I've been doing business with SportsK for well over 20 years. I remember the first time I really got into jersey collecting in the mid to late 90s. I happened upon their website, went away for a while when I stopped collecting my jerseys. But when I came back to collecting hockey jerseys, they were still there, still run the same way, same people, and every once in a while they do throw a little bonus. I still have the little pom-pom NBC Sports thing that they threw into one of the jerseys that I picked up. So I still have that. Fortunately, here in Southern California, there's not too many chances to wear one of those pom-pom beanies. But I have it if I ever need it. So we'll get after it. And this one I did get through the UPS because they do recommend, because there are some delays with USPS, just the volume that they're having to go through. They do recommend going through UPS. And for me, I've never had an issue, either USPS or FedEx or UPS, because I get all of my stuff delivered at work. And it's never an issue for me. They all know me. They all know the drill. They all know where to leave it and when we're open. So I don't have any issues with that. So we're gonna go on and open this baby out. And I will say, like I said, this was not on my radar. This reverse retro, I really thought I was done with reverse retros. But then there were two people. Well, actually, I was gonna say one, but then another YouTuber beat me to the punch, and I'm just vamping it to try and get this thing open. All right. The hockey guy, YouTube, the hockey guy, he did a side-by-side comparison of their current jersey, main jersey, with this reverse retro, and he showed the differences in it, and really helped sell me on it. But the other one was that, notice there's Larry NHL. If you follow me but you haven't heard of Larry NHL, give him a view as well. If you like his content, give him a subscription as well. He's starting to get into this YouTube unboxings and showing his collection. And it was funny, SportsK had two of these in my size, And after I ordered mine, I saw, because Larry's a little closer to where they are, he got one as well, and he said he got them from Sports K, and the 2 jerseys that were in that size were gone, mine and I'm assuming his. So looks like Larry NHL and myself are in competition for a lot of jerseys in our size here. So hats off to you, Larry, if you're watching. BA always giving me shout outs as well. Thank you, BA, as well. He's been doing a lot of great jerseys as well. So BA Sports, if you want more jersey unboxing content. So here we go. As you saw, it is the New York Islanders, and I know there are some viewers as well that want me to unbox more New York tri-state area jerseys, but I'm kind of set on all the ones that I already have, and everything seems to be all right with that. But what I'm going to do right here is go through it with you guys. You're going to see right there in the collar, NYI, New York Islanders, 1980. They're flashing back to their first year that they won the Stanley Cup, first of 4 in a row. Okay, so you see the neckline there, and the thing that I'm absolutely loving right now, no strings, nothing right there in the neckline. Nice, clean Adidas neckline that I really love. And there is the main logo, New York Islanders. Other than the fisherman and on third jerseys, this has been their only logo. And one thing that I did learn about this logo here is that obviously this is the island of Long Island, but one thing right here, evidently this is what I've heard, and if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments, but right here where the I in the Islanders meets up to that point in the corner, that is the location of Nassau Coliseum where they started play. They won their championships. Even when they moved to Brooklyn, they still play games there, and then they're going to have a new stadium in the New York area. Not sure exactly where, Belmont, I think, around where the racetrack is, the horse racetrack, but right there, that is the location on Long Island of where they play. So I thought that was a nice, sweet little nod. And of course, the 4 stripes right there to signify the 4 in a row that they won in 1980, 81, 82, and 83. So a little bit of history there for you. And this color right here, as you can see, it's the color of the fisherman logo. And even though this is not the original that they went ahead and had, it's much more in line to what the Edmonton Oilers used to rock. Much more in this blue color, and that's what they currently rock. But I honestly feel, now that I've seen it and I've seen people like do some reviews of it, I really do enjoy and I really do dig this color palette. And I know it's not much of a difference. The thing that they did reverse is that where you see this white on the sleeve, this stripe, and you see this orange, on the other original one that is a much brighter blue, the orange stripe is where the white is, and then you've got white on the end right here. And I actually enjoy that there's orange here, because if anybody knows, the white down here, down by your wrist, more likely to get dirty, more likely to have to roll up your sleeves because you're writing something or you're working or you're doing anything at all. So I really do like that. And once again, the stripes on the bottom are reversed as well. And it's just basically the color palette that they had when they had the fisherman, minus this green that they have here. So I'm honestly a fan. So as you see right here on the hip, you have the Adidas reverse retro that is on every reverse retro line, and of course on the inside, not a lot of people show it to you. And I think I started to show you at the beginning of these things, but I kind of stopped because I forgot. That's what's on the inside of it. So out here is where you have this. and then on the inside, that's what you see. So I think that's fun. I think that's pretty cool. So last thing to do, put this baby on, see how it is, and then bring the friendos on in. All right. Get that fight strap down a bit. Okay. 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 You know what? I'll tell you, probably of all of the reverse retro jerseys that I wear that I wouldn't be afraid to mess up, this is probably the one I wouldn't worry about messing up too much. It's not technically, it's a reverse because they reversed some stripes. They went to an older color style that they didn't drop all that long ago, and it's got their classic logo. And I will say this, I am happy to actually own a non-fisherman New York Islanders jersey. I was looking at the alternate one that has the NY. Basically, this is the main logo, but just really blown up across the chest. I was hoping, because I'm seeing some people doing some Ross TJ Maxx shopping where they've put some Adidas jerseys, but none of them have dropped on my size. So that would probably be the way that I would go ahead and get that jersey, would be if it's a Ross find. No offense to any Islanders fans, but if there's a chance for me to pick up a jersey on cheap and I'm just trying to wait and hold off, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I decided to pick this one up because Sports-K dropped the price of these just a little bit, and I saw that there were only two. And once again, I think Larry NHL was probably thinking the same thing as I was. And shout out to you again. Like I said, shout out to BA, Jersey Zone, wonderful community of unboxers of NHL jerseys. And friendos, come on, you know what time it is. Come on. So here we go. We have that, once again, I love the Adidas neckline right here. I love the silver NHL logo. If nobody's actually felt this jersey, if you even have a Fanatics one, the tactile sense that you have on this one, I absolutely love. And right here, you've got the New York Islanders jersey right there. And of course, right there, like I said, the location in Nassau. And then, of course, the four lines on the stick to signify the 4 championships that they've won. You got the hockey stick. You got Islanders all the way down there. Okay, if you get a little close up on the stitching, that's there. This is much more like a smoothness that they have here. There's not like very much tactileness to it. It's much more of a smooth thread. Even on the letters here, it's much more of a smooth, tight threading here. Not much tactile going on. Even along the edge here, there's not much going on there. And no shoulder patches, nothing at all. Very clean jersey. Going on down to the white stripe that would normally be orange, down to the orange stripe that would normally be white. And then that's it. And then of course down here you have the white stripe, you got the orange stripe, and then that's it. Not much to it, ladies and gentlemen. There's not much. When it comes to the Islanders, there are two very extreme looks to them. It's a very classic, very conservative look that they've done, and then it's their Wild Lost Summer phase where they went with the Gordon's Fishermen, and then there was a year, once again, this lasted only 1 year, and then they ditched the Fishermen, put this logo onto this, but then kept the waves down here, but then just put it with this logo. So, and then there are some way out there thirds as well. If you just go, another good resource that I'll let you guys know, NHLuniforms.com. If you've ever wanted to go through the history of a certain team or see if a team wore a certain style jersey with the compression shorts or a helmet or anything like that, if you're just a jersey a geek in general for hockey, NHL Uniforms, wonderful resource as well. And no, I feel like this is like an infomercial for a bunch of people here, but to be honest, I'm trying to sort of pad this one to give people a little bit extra content. Not many times I'll be able to talk about the New York Islanders. Speaking of padding content, I know this doesn't really belong here, but this is just a little bonus here. I like collecting little diecast cars, and this morning when I went to go run my errands, I had to stop by a Target because I had to pick up Buddy, my cat, some treats. I was running low, and if you don't give Buddy her treats, better watch out. But anyway, I always go through the Hot Wheel section, go look at the action figures and stuff like that. Most of the time I don't pull the trigger. Every once in a while I may find a cool Hot Wheel I throw to my fish bowl that I have all of my little die casts in. It used to be a cookie jar. Don't really eat the sweets anymore, you know, trying to slim down a bit. So I took all that out and I just put Hot Wheels there, and it's sitting on the kitchen counter. Looks cool, looks funky, but anyway, I saw that they had this car here, and I'll go on and explain it because it's going to look funky to you guys. But this was last year, Jimmy Johnson, 7-time champion in the NASCAR Cup Series. Last year was his last season. So he and Darlington, they have a throwback race. And I went ahead and picked up this car right here. So as you see, it's a Jimmy Johnson. His sponsor is Ally Bank. And the top of it has this Richard Petty car look to it. And then when you go to the sides, it has a Dale Earnhardt kind of look to it. And I love this car for the simple fact that Jimmy Johnson is a 7-time champion. Richard Petty with the Petty Blue is a 7-time Cup champion, as well as Dale Earnhardt. So the 7-time champion was retiring in his last throwback race at Darlington, so they decided to paint the car half Richard Petty, half Dale Earnhardt, with Jimmy Johnson riding in the car. And I thought that was a beautiful nod. I feel bad for Jimmy. I'm gonna go on and open this. I feel bad for Jimmy Johnson because last year was his retirement year. And normally in NASCAR, they announce your retirement a season before, so you can get this big swan song. You know, fans will come out, come see Jimmy Johnson race one last time at Pocono or Michigan International or Richmond or wherever it may be. And because of the global pandemic going on, fans had to stay home. Even at the last races, I think there was barely like a couple thousand. This was like in November in Phoenix, and he basically raced his last year in front of empty grandstands. And I think that was so sad for him, for somebody. And I was never a Jimmy Johnson fan. I was a Tony Stewart fan. So he was the main villain in most years for me. But I just felt bad that this man was retiring everything he has done for the sport. And he basically raced his last season in front of nobody. So right there's the Ally hood with the Petty section up at the top. You got his number, the 48, but it's written or stylized how Petty would have written his 48. And on the side there, you've got that black with the gray down at the bottom, that GM Goodwrench look that Earnhardt made famous in that famous 3, and the font of the 48 on the side is the style that Dale Earnhardt would have had his car. Of course, it was a Chevy. Dale Earnhardt was a Chevy guy. Hendrick is Chevy. Petty drove a bunch of different cars, mostly with Chrysler Corps. But I saw this one, and it reminded me of that race, and just this fact. I'm going to cherish this one as a little keepsake because that one has got the only 3 7-time NASCAR champions all encompassed into one car. So I think that's a sweet little guy right there. So anyway, friendos, thank you so much for joining me. If you've made it to the end of my video, I'd appreciate a like, a subscribe, a comment down below. Let me know what other little hobbies that you guys may have other than NHL jersey collecting, or any sort of other little fun things that you guys may have. Let me know what you think of this jersey. Let me know if you have seen an inexpensive, inexpensive New York Islanders jersey out there on the market. I may be inclined, if you see a 60 out there, send me a message. Stevie Bradley 81 on Twitter. Send me a DM. Let me know if you see any deals. And friendos, I will talk to you guys later. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Take care. Goodbye.